have this also live streaming on YouTube, so would love to get started.
Okay.
Have a seat. All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to our BEST seminar. And BEST, for those of you who don't know, stands for Business Education Seminar in Technology. It's something that the Village of Hanover Park has been doing for a few years now in an effort to help our small businesses. And the feedback that we got was, because we have, this being a global village, we have many of our businesses that are Hispanic businesses that speak different languages. And so in an effort to reach out to one and all, this particular program today is going to be delivered in Spanish. We have our Mayor Rod Craig, here to say a few words to welcome before we get started. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish, so that's why my speech is not, my welcome is not in Spanish, but please know that we wholeheartedly, the village welcomes each and every one of you. Mayor Craig.
Schubert, you may not speak Spanish, but I think there's like 14 languages I rely on you for. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, and a special thank you to former Lieutenant Governor Evelyn Sanguinetti, a friend, a long time, and I asked if she would like to be a part of today's meeting and getting together and learning about the community. I'm really pleased to see our corporations and our mom and pop businesses here. It means a lot. I do have to take one moment as the mayor and say I hope you've all had your vaccine shots. It's really important. I'm not at a level of government to mandate anything, but I think it's important that I like to share with folks that argue the need for the vaccine. I tell them, did your mother get you the polio shot? Did your mother take care of you for measles and rubella and all those shots? So take care of yourself as your mother took care of you. And that's my statement. I had my shots in March, and I'm a pretty healthy guy. And I want us all to survive and be here for our families into the future. That's all I'm going to say about that. So I want to thank everyone. This will be an exciting day. Lisa Gutierrez worked hard to pull this together along with Shubra and her staff, and I do appreciate that. I have, my daughter called me. She's got need for me in my truck here shortly, so I'm going to have to escape. I don't like to make excuses, but I don't know that I would understand a word that you were saying. We're blessed to have Miguel with us. Miguel, you have quite a background in learning and to help. And part of my goal in Hanover Park, many ma and pa businesses have difficulty coordinating with the bigger systems, how to get the funds, how to get the money. And our little staff here works really hard to try to figure that out. And thank you to the Wintrust Bank, who's been here. Edgar, you're very much alive in that and very helpful. So with that, I will step aside and let the learning begin. And thank you all for coming from the bottom of my heart.
Buenos dias. Good morning. Since I know some of you already, I know that que yo puedo brincar entre los dos idiomas. Pero buenos días, mi nombre es Miguel Paloma. Soy el fundador de una compañía que se llama Forthright Marketing. Pues vamos a platicar de su marca personal. Es una frase muy raro, no sé, pero ahorita les explico lo que significa. ¿Okay? Vamos a empezar. ¿Okay? ¿Me pueden oír? Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's see how it. Okay. Let's just. ¿Quién soy? Un poco de mi historia, ex vicepresidente de las agencias aquí en Chicago, muy grandes. Una que se llama Leo Burnett, otro que se llama BBDO, y he manejado las cuentas muy grandes de Kellogg's, de Coca-Cola, de Chase, Disney, todo. De 25 años trabajando aquí en Chicago. Soy empresario, 7 años. Orador y panelista, 2 años en Columbia University, en New York City. Soy autor y profesor de mercadotecnia. Increíble, ¿no? Suena bien, ¿eh? Ok, pero una persona me preguntó, ¿qué porcentaje de la gente tiene una marca personal? Y les quiero preguntar, ¿qué piensan ustedes? ¿Qué porcentaje? ¿10? ¿20? ¿40? ¿5? Ok. ¿Quién más? 5, ok. ¿Todos? Es que yo conozco a Edgar. La verdad, 100%. Todos tenemos una marca personal. Es que la gente no sabe que tenemos una marca personal. Si una persona puede formar una opinión de usted, usted tiene una marca personal. Lo que creo es que cada persona tiene una historia convincente que contar. Si te permite ser vulnerable, puedes contar una historia extraordinaria, yo creo. Mi misión, convencerte de que la tuya es una historia que vale la pena contar. Okay. Es importante. Primero, los servicios que yo ofrezco de Forthright Marketing, 3 partes. Estrategia, primera parte, video y una tarjeta digital. Es el mismo proceso cuando yo manejé las cuentas de Kellogg's, de Coca-Cola, Chase. Empieza con una estrategia. Y yo conozco a gente que trabaja de seguros, de real estate, y siempre están diciendo la misma cosa. Si estás buscando vender o comprar casa, llámame. Están diciendo la misma cosa. Okay. Pero yo tengo una pregunta. Si no me conocía antes, confías en mí. ¿Quién confía en mí? Do you trust me? Depende. ¿Quién confía en mí? Dice que no. Sí, pues sí. ¿Y por qué? Why do you trust me, Jessica? Okay. So she trusts me. Usted dice no, o depende.
Depende de la situación. Depende de económico, en sabiduría, confío, porque la historia de ya avanzada.
Ok, no, gracias. Usted dijo no. ¿Por qué no?
Porque no lo conozco, no sé su trabajo, no sé su historia, no sé su...
Pues ya les dije que... Ya les dije mis años de trabajando. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
That's right, thank you. ¿Quién más? Usted dijo no, right? Otra vez, ¿sí?
Dije que depende para qué. O sea, nomás dijiste si confiamos en ti, pero no en qué situación.
Ok, gracias. Ok. Esta página dice que las profesiones menos confiables en este año, aquí está la lista. Miembros del Congreso, ok, obvio, ok. Vendedores de coches, ok, número 2. Número 3, profesionales, mercadotecnia. B. Okay. Followed by profesionales de negocios y abogados. Ok. Número 3. Ok. Es obvio, ¿no? Que no tiene que confiar con una persona que acaba de conocer. Pero vamos a hablar de la confianza. ¿Ok? Y, wow, a mí les pregunto si tiene confianza en mí. Aquí están los pasos en cómo una persona, un dueño de un negocio puede conseguir más clientes. Aquí están los pasos. Conocer, tiene que conocer la persona o el dueño de un negocio. De ahí gustar, ok, a mí me gusta lo que dice, lo que tiene, lo que ofrece. Y al final es confiar. Aquí están los pasos. Ok. Para marketing, conciencia. Ser conciencia de una marca. ¿Qué hace una marca que tiene consideración y tentativa? Son los mismos pasos. Para conseguir más clientes, agarrar más clientes, más compras de una persona. ¿Okay? Pero también, si vas a salir con una persona, dating, encontrar una persona que hay interés en esa persona, relación. Los mismos pasos para negocios, de marketing, dating, son los mismos. 3 pasos. ¿Okay? La primera cosa es, deje de pensar que tiene que conseguir más clientes. Le estoy diciendo, conseguir más relaciones es más importante. Yo tengo un cliente que es un agente de seguros y yo le pregunté, ¿por qué vende seguros? Y dice, no, pues no sé qué decir. Pero cuando empecé a hablar con mis familiares, mis tíos, mis cuñados y todos, y cuando compraron seguros de mis servicios, yo les quería tratar muy bien. Y cuando yo encuentro a más personas, yo trato esas personas como traté a mi familia. La misma cosa. Pero cambia eso en su mente. Relaciones en lugar de clientes. ¿Okay? Las ventajas. Cuando tiene una relación con una persona, en lugar de ser nada más cliente, es trabajar más duro para mantenerlas. Es una persona que tú ves como parte de su familia, que les voy a tratar muy bien. Ellos le contarán a otros sobre usted. Yo tuve chance de conocer a Elizabeth en el banco y nos trató muy bien. Dio una presentación hace un mes, yo creo. Pero bienvenido, yo tengo todo y hizo mucho trabajo para la gente. Es una manera de tratar a otra persona. Y ellos seguirán siendo leales a usted. ¿Okay? Pero, otra cosa que deben saber de mí. No tengan miedo, ¿ok? Cuando yo tenía 12 años, esa foto es mí. Cuando yo tenía 15, yo creo. Me arrestaron varias veces cuando era teenager. Crecí en Chicago, al sur, cerca de Indiana. Esa parte de la ciudad es muy diferente. Yo tuve pocos modelos a seguir, role models. Mi papá, mis tíos trabajaron en la fábrica y no sabía que había otras oportunidades para mí en esa parte de la ciudad. Y una vez una policía me dijo, he's like, hey, chico, ven. I was like, ¿qué quiere? He said, you're going to be very successful as a criminal. And I was like, whoa, yo tenía 17 años. I said, wow, una policía me dice eso. I'm super bad. He said, pero un día, you're going to get caught. And it's going to be taken away. Y de ese punto, ese momento, cambié todo. Dejé ese grupo de amigos y estudié. I was like, okay. Pero esa parte de mi vida no pude decir a nadie. Por 15 años, cuando yo estaba trabajando en las agencias. Estoy super embarrassed. Porque yo estaba trabajando con otros que vinieron de los Big Ten Schools, de University of Michigan, y un chico de Chicago. Y yo era ese thug. Y cambié todo. Pero no pude decir a nadie esa parte de mi historia. Pero una vez yo estaba manejando con mi jefe, cruzando el puente, íbamos a Kellogg's, en Michigan. Y él me preguntó, dice, tú eres de Chicago, ¿no? Y yo vi la ciudad donde yo me crecí. Entonces yo le dije mi historia. Y dice, wow, increíble. Hay muchos que vienen de esa parte de la ciudad. It's like, okay, I was nervous, but I was okay. And I realized that that's personal branding. We're all here because of our path. So, even now when I tell it, I get a little bit nervous, but don't let that guy scare you. He's a nice guy. Okay, la marca personal. A mí es la razón más importante por la que las pequeñas empresas tienen éxito. ¿Qué es? Okay? Una expresión externa de quién eres realmente. Está formada por nuestros valores, experiencias y pasiones. Está formada por quienes estuvieron con nosotros en nuestros momentos más felices, pero también en los más oscuros. Siempre está evolucionando, inspira nuestro propio camino. Es lo que quiero hacer con mis clientes. A mí no me importa qué hacen, la verdad. Y no digo eso de falta de respeto. Yo quiero saber por qué haces lo que haces. Las razones y las personas que son más importantes en tu vida. Porque aquí puede descubrir tu marca personal. Okay. Hay muchas personas que dicen que pues, no tiene, nada más necesita un sitio o un logo. Es la historia. El camino, tu historia. The path that you're on, it's ours. It's different from everybody else's. That makes sense? Okay. Hay una regla que se llama 7-11, 7-11. Y la regla dice que si estás tratando de conseguir más clientes entre 2 millas de un 7-11, que vas a conseguir más clientes. No, that's a joke. Es un chiste. Reglas 7-11 es podemos formar hasta 11 impresiones en los primeros 7 segundos. Una persona puede formar estas 7 segundos. Es increíble. So, cuando les pregunté si confía en mí, usted dijo, depende. ¿Eh? Pero, ¿qué dijo usted?
En la situación de cómo se trataba de dinero, de persona, de conocimiento.
And Jessica, what did you say? You said, you, sorry. Jessica, what did you say? Why you trusted me?
I said, yeah, I do trust Hanover.
Oh,
It's not working. Oh, it's working now. I said, yeah, in this situation, just because you're here and just based off your experience.
okay. So in your mind, you needed reasons to say why you trusted me. And you deducted, I have those reasons why.
Right, yeah.
For others, they said, no, we're not. He was firm. And I'm watching this guy real close now. No, pero es muy difícil. Cuando encuentran una persona por la primera vez, it's like, okay, ¿qué tiene? ¿Qué? Pero you're analyzing all these things, okay? So there's cues. And we're going to talk about what these cues are. Es que todos emitimos señales. Okay? Como nos vestimos, hablamos. De hablar es palabras, el tono, volumen, todo. Estamos analizando. Okay? ¿Qué dice la persona? ¿Qué palabras usa? ¿Qué es el tono? These are all things that go with it. Como nos vemos, como miramos a otros, interactuamos con otros, como pensamos, escribimos, emitimos energía. Todos son cues, señales que le damos a otras personas. Y por eso tenemos reglas 7-11. En 7 segundos puede formar hasta 11 impresiones de una persona. En mis ojos hay 2 tipos de personas, los que venden y los que compran. Muy simple. Okay? Ahorita estoy vendiendo. Okay? Pero los compradores no les gusta que les vendan. They hate being sold. Buyers and sellers. There's 2 types in this world. Buyers don't like to be sold. Okay? They know when they're being sold right away. They know. The minute you start talking to them, they know that they're being sold. And that's why, to me, there's these 2 types. And it's very simple, very simple. Buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers. Okay? Yo trabajo como maestro de mercadotecnia. Y en este caso, estoy vendiendo a mis estudiantes. Yo vendo mi experiencia. The school, knowledge. I'm selling all the time. I need them to buy what I'm selling, okay? It's okay. Y a veces ellos construyen un muro. When they don't want to be sold, put up a wall. No. Cuando llegas a tu casa en la noche y llama una persona vendiendo una cosa, no quiero oír nada, ni una palabra. The wall is really high. Una marca personal fuerte y auténtica es una forma de bajar el muro. Wow. Okay, tarea. But you didn't know that there was going to be an assignment, right? I have mask on. Did you know there was going to be an assignment?
No, but I just tried to get prepared.
Okay. I told you about me. can partake in something like this.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't partake in this.
So we write 3 words.
Like a piece. Okay. Everybody have one? Okay, you have one.
What did you ask? Yes or no? We
This piece of
had,
paper, this tiny piece of paper. Everybody have one? Okay.
yes.
I want you to imagine that I'm considering your business. I'm considering your business and one of your competitors. What would you say to convince me to choose you? I don't know what your business is, and it doesn't matter. I'm considering your business and one of your competitors. What would you say to me to convince me to buy yours? It's very simple. 1 or 2 sentences. What would you say? You can write it. Sí, una tarea, mira. Your business. I know Elizabeth is at a bank. Oh, you don't have a pen, right? Yes. What would you say? Does anybody else need a pen? Okay. I'm considering your business and the business of one of your competitors. What would you say to convince me to choose you?
Does it matter how many things we put down?
How many what?
Does it matter how many items we put down?
I really think only 1 or 2 sentences. ¿Ya acabaste? Wow.
I put it on my phone. I don't have a pen.
Okay. Okay, everybody's still writing. Whoa. I can't wait to hear these. Okay. When you're done, just let me know if you're done, right? You done? Okay. Okay, who wants to go first? Like, I like how Jessica just chose. Right.
Okay, so tres cosas. So English is
Either one.
So, ¿en español o en inglés? Okay, bueno, I'll say it in Spanish and English. The 3 things, mi palabra, las 3 cosas que para hablar con una persona, si va a hacer negocio conmigo, sería mi palabra, mi reputación y mi servicio personal. The 3 things that I would say to a person, if they would like to do business with me, is my word, my reputation, and my personal service. So.
Why not, right?
Hello. Okay, I don't know if I did it right, but this is what I thought. We're family oriented, we're friendly, we're local, affordable, and knowledgeable.
Next.
Historia de resultados exitosos. We have a history of successful outcomes.
Come on, Suba.
in English only, sorry. That we care about our businesses and we do a lot to help more than most of the municipalities. I would say that that's what sets us apart, that we do a lot to help our businesses grow.
You ready? I didn't give you a piece of paper. You know? Okay. This one I want.
So in my case, I think we are very consistent on what we do. Second thing, we are very knowledgeable about our products, about our services. And third, I would probably say we're very, very personal, one-on-one kind of thing. So it's more like a personal service that you might want to take in consideration.
I'm going to put Edgar on the spot here, because we all know Edgar. We all love Edgar. Edgar's everywhere. So do you remember what you wrote? Okay. This is from July, I think. I gave the presentation at Elgin Community College.
Would you guys like me to say it in Spanish or English? What would be better for you guys? In Spanish? Okay. Miguel dio una presentación en julio y nos preguntó una pregunta y nos dijo, ¿por qué te debo dar a ti un trabajo o por qué te debo dar un empleado? Entonces dame tus cualidades, ¿por qué me vas a convencer a mí para darte un trabajo? Entonces, mucha gente puso cosas profesionales, pero como dijo Miguel, yo pienso que la razón por que una persona te quiere dar un trabajo, quiere ser empleado, es por la marca que tú tienes o tu historia personal. Yo pienso que les he contado esta historia a muchos de ustedes que he conocido en la comunidad, que yo tuve un negocio y mi negocio falló. Entonces, yo estuve en sus zapatos y yo sé que es muy difícil ser un dueño de un negocio pequeño. Y por eso es que hago lo que hago. Hago lo que hago porque yo les quiero dar los recursos y también la ayuda del gobierno para poder establecer su negocio y no pasarlo por lo que yo pasé, va que sí, porque es una cosa muy difícil. Yo sé que todos ustedes aquí, los que son dueños de negocio, trabajan muy duro y se levantan temprano cada día para trabajar. Entonces eso fue mi respuesta a Miguel, que yo me puedo poner en los zapatos de un dueño de negocio. So when Miguel had a course in July, he asked us one question. He said, "Why would we give you a job?" And a lot of people started giving out all this like professional stuff. I'm quick, I'm detailed, you know, I can do this, and that, and that's great, right? You always got to think deeper and think, you know, what do you have to bring to the table, right, personally? And I started talking about being a failed business owner and how essentially how I could put myself in their shoes, right? And that's my biggest connection to all my clients and to you guys who are some of my clients in the room, is I put myself in your shoes. And, you know, I didn't have the resources, you know, when I was a small business owner, and we failed because we didn't know that, you know, the village, like what Hanover Park does, we didn't know all the things that they do for their businesses. I didn't know about SBA. I didn't know that there was certain, you know, government programs or banks, you know, giving out certain help. And that's the reason why I try to help everyone, you know, so that way that they don't go through the same thing. Because I know how hard it is to be in those shoes, and the sleepless nights, the early mornings, the late, you know. So that was my response.
Thank you. When I met Edgar, he told me that. He said, I know because I was a failed business owner. And if you remember, if you look, one of the things I said was you have to, the buyer and the seller, if you're the seller, if you can share something personal like that, then this wall starts to come down. That's the key. So I shared with you my story. So at a young age, I was very embarrassed by that. But now I realize that's why I'm here. Because I changed my mind, but I kept it hidden. And the moment I said it and I shared it, people started to be more receptive to me. And do you know, ¿quién conoce a Violeta Saucedo? Violeta? Ella me dijo una vez, he's like, hey, ¿por qué haces todo, the mortgage? I said, tell me your personal brand, what is it? She said, I don't know. I just know I helped my father out, and I did it because he was one that never had credit, and I saw how it really hurt him, and he wasn't able to get many opportunities, and so that's why I do what I do. And so her thing is all about education. I said, well, your father's, what happened with you personally, that's why you do what you do. That's the path that, your inspired path is that. So sometimes it's right there in front of us and we don't know. I don't know your personal stories, but I tell my students all the time, and excuse me, I ask my students all the time as an instructor, I ask them 3 questions. Where are you from? And I teach at a school with foreign students. How long has it been since you've been home? And what do you want to be when you grow up? And they tell me, oh, I'm from Poland, I've been here, I haven't been home in 11 years. And then the last thing is just a throwaway. I want to find out what their passion is, technology, accounting, whatever. But when I asked them the question, it was like, if you are interviewing in front of Google, and I ask you a question, why should I hire you? It's the same question I asked you, why should I pick you? And they were giving me the standard responses. I'm hardworking, I'm a fast learner, all that is crap. Excuse my English. It's crap. You don't stand out that way. But I'm like, those are the students that came here, left the country, and gave up going back home for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years. And you're going to tell me about that? That the real story is what you did to be here. Why would you not tell me that? So people think that you have to give a standard professional response. And that's what I'm trying to say. Your story is your own. And I'm not saying the minute you meet somebody, say, oh, I was a teenage delinquent. I'm not saying that. You have to listen first. Listen, listen, listen. And over time, when you get that trust, like when I first met him, that's one of the first things he said. I was a failed business owner. I was like, wow, that's vulnerability. But he said it with confidence, not like have pity on me. It was from the position of, that happened to me, no, I want to help you. So I'm going to show you an example of a personal brand message for an insurance agent that I helped, okay? And I'll set this up. Dwayne is a very mild-mannered man. You're going to see him right now. Very mild-mannered man. Kind of like timid, and he is very, very successful. He just switched from Transamerica to Colonial Life. And all the insurance agents, a lot of them will say, well, I'm here for you 24/7. I'm here for you whatever you need. They all say the same thing. This is what Dwayne said.
It'll be 20 years this coming May. My father passed away, and ever since that date, my mother had checks her finances on a daily basis and worries about running out of money. And I realized that I have the ability to make sure that other people don't have to go through that. My clients would probably tell you that they love working with me because I'm honest, I have answers to their problems, and they always know that I have their best interest in mind. I think what I like most about this business is the feeling that I get when I help customers disclose what their true goals are and help them to identify a plan that they can put in place to ensure the goals come to fruition. Thank you for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.
First thing Dwayne said, I said, Dwayne, my first question was, why do you sell insurance? And he said, he was quiet for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute. I'm like, Dwayne, we're rolling here. Come on, man. And he's like, no. And there's no script when you work with me, no script whatsoever. Just, I want you to talk to me. And the first thing he said was, it'll be 25 years since my father passed away. And I saw my mother struggle with the finances. Like, whoa, that's powerful. He shared something very vulnerable. Now, he's not going to tell people this when he meets them in person. But on his site and his marketing promotions, he was even nervous about doing that. But when I show people that video, they were like, I want to work with that guy. I want to work with him because he's going to look out for me. But it takes guts, you know. So pick and choose. You have to build those 3 stages. Know, like, and trust. If you get to the trust level, you can start sharing more of your story. Okay? But that, to me, is one of the best videos that we've ever produced for people that really get to the heart of personal branding. And that's what it's about. So. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Anytime, Shura. Anytime. Okay. Okay. So, I just want to close out some things here. Let me see. Okay, just to wrap up here, as I said, todos tenemos una marca personal. Consigan más relaciones, no clientes. Es importante, por eso es un cambio de su mente. Las personas forman impresiones de usted en el momento en que se conocen. Like that. Conocer, gustar y confiar son los pasos para conseguir más relaciones. Ser auténtico. Don't be somebody you're not. Don't say you're not somebody, okay? And, you know, nunca olvide esas 2 preguntas, you know. These are the 2 questions, most important. Para ayudarles, okay, the first one is, ¿quién estaría más orgulloso de verlo a tener éxito? You, okay. Okay. ¿Y por qué? Espera, es importante. ¿Quién estaría más orgulloso?
Primero tienes que estar orgulloso tú mismo, yo misma, de mí, para que las otras personas puedan estar orgullosas de mí. Es la orden que tiene que trabajar, en mi concepto. Siempre ser yo primero para poder hacer mejor a las otras personas. De otro contrario, no puede estar las otras personas orgullosas de mí si yo no estoy orgullosa de mí misma.
¿Alguien más? ¿Alguien más? ¿Quién estaría más orgulloso por su éxito?
¿Quién estaría más? Tiene razón la señora que estaba diciendo, porque tiene que tener la autoestima la persona y también creer en sí para en sus acciones decir eso a otros. Eso es bien importante. Yo también creo lo mismo. Yo pienso que quien estaría más orgulloso sería mi familia, las personas que realmente me quieren y quieren el éxito para mí.
Let me share that. Well, I'm in the business of saving lives because at one point I almost took my life and I had no one to look to get the help that I needed. Part of my business is breaking stigma, and there's people out there that don't support it. So when I can break that wall and have them be part of what I do, it's going to say a lot to the people that need help. So I'm going to make those people that don't believe in this proud. Edgar. Yeah. So yo estoy en el negocio de salvar vidas porque en un momento de mi vida se tenía el plan de quitarme la vida. Entonces me di cuenta que no había muchas personas alrededor de mí que me podían ayudar, por eso tengo el negocio que tengo ahora. Creo que las personas que me gustaría hacer más orgullosas de lo que hago ahora son todas aquellas personas que no creen en este tema y que apoyan el estigma. Entonces, si yo puedo hacer a esas personas orgullosas, quiere decir que estoy cambiando la forma de pensar para los que necesitan ayuda.
You.
La persona que estaría más orgullosa de verme tener éxito es mi mamá. She was a Cuban refugee. Y ella siempre me decía que en este país tú puedes subir como la espuma. My mom used to always say, in this country you could rise like the foam. And I believed her, and I was able to live that American dream. So it would be her.
Thank you all for sharing. That's the fact that she only. I'm going to switch this one. The fact that she only knew Edgar in the room, it takes a lot of bravery. So, you are on an inspired path, and you have my utmost respect. As do you all, and that's what I try and get at. I try and get at the real story. What is inspiring you? Not the canned responses, but what is inspiring your own path. So remember those questions. Who would be most proud to see you succeed and why? If you can answer those questions, remind yourself of them and think about relationships, not clients. I think you will be successful. You'll see a change in how, and if you're doing it already, you're on a good path already. So, no tengo, es todo que tengo. ¿Hay preguntas o?
All right, so let's say I want a branding en español. ¿Qué es lo que me va a costar, hermano?
Well, branding del negocio o de la persona.
A personal branding.
Yo tengo, mi proceso es una entrevista para empezar. Una entrevista, yo tengo un par de preguntas y yo llego a un positioning statement. Y por ejemplo, yo tengo un cliente que es real estate agent y siempre dicen la misma cosa. Si estás buscando casa, llámame. Pero hay un montón de real estate agents in Chicago. The positioning statement for her is she tries to help her clients achieve wealth through home ownership. So it's a little bit, she's the path to prosperity realtor is her positioning statement. And she does this because she says realtors will, they might want to sell them a house that's high priced, but to get to a moderate price within the loan range, they can still do this, but maybe buy a second home and third home. So she's seen a lot of people struggle with trying to make their mortgage payments, and so they default on them. So she's like saying, don't go just because you get a $350,000 loan, don't buy a $350,000 house. If you find one for $320,000, that's okay. You're still going to have the life that you want. So all of those things, I arrived at a positioning statement for her that she can use now for all of her marketing, whether it's a website, blog, whatever she wants to do. But she has this in her mind now, path to prosperity realtor versus everybody else that's saying the same thing. So it's a positioning statement, which is a strategy. Produce the marketing communication, video, blog, print, whatever. And then the web card for me is the final one, the card that I shared with you. That's how to disseminate the brand message. So those 3 steps. Strategy, produce the message, disseminate the message. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Yes?
Yeah, I think that was a great point, but say it in Spanish.
The last one?
Yeah, what you just told, use that say in Spanish to the
Sure. El ejemplo de la mujer, mi cliente.
Yeah.
Okay. Ella trabaja como realtor. Are we good? We're good? Okay. Ella trabaja como realtor y yo hice una entrevista con ella y ella me dijo en esa entrevista, no, pues hay otras personas que quieren vender una casa si una persona tiene un préstamo de $350,000 y hay agentes que quieren vender una casa a ese precio. Y ella dice, pues he visto muchas personas que pierdan su casa porque no pueden pagar el pago. Dices, no quiero hacer eso. Yo quiero, si hay una casa que cuesta $300,000, perdón, está bien, porque esa persona no va a perder nada en la calidad de su vida, no va a perder la casa, no están batallando a pagar el dinero cada mes. Y yo les ayudo a mis clientes. Hay chances y hay oportunidad de comprar otra casa. Entonces, yo sé, ok, en mi mente, todo lo que me dijo esa mujer, you're the path to prosperity. She's all about helping her clients get to prosperity through home ownership. Y ahora cuando hace entrevista, blog o cualquier cosa, ella empieza que yo soy una gente que le ayuda a alcanzar a prosperidad, a ese nivel. Es un ejemplo de positioning statement para esa mujer. Hay otro cliente que tiene another positioning statement, no sé cómo decir positioning statement, pero es lo que pueden hacer o promover cuando estás haciendo comunicaciones al público, a otras personas. Okay. ¿Algo más? So, I thank you for your time. Gracias por venir. Y gracias a Hanover Park for hosting us here. We really appreciate it. I would be curious to know what your personal stories are. That's what I'm always curious about, the path that people are on. And that's where, for me, it's always about getting to that personal brand story. So we all have one. Remember, we all have one. Don't be afraid to share it out. Okay? Thank you.